All right, we can do a little bit of standing meditation. So find a spot to take your stand, your feet about hip width apart. The knees are a little bit soft, not locked. Imagine a thin string or filament is pulling up at the crown point of your head to elongate the spine. And then you're going to take your arms, you're going to reach them out like you're hugging a big old tree. And the middle fingers are kind of pointing to each other, maybe 6 or 4 or a little bit more than that inches apart. The Laogong points, the center of the palms, are tilted upward as if aiming at the space between the eyebrows. The elbows are not lifted up to the height of the shoulders. They're a little bit dropped, but they're not way down low. There's some space under the armpits. And then the fingers are extending outward, like you're reaching with the fingertips as if trying to hold a rubber ball between the knuckles of each of the fingers. The middle finger is about the middle to upper part of the sternum here, if they were to, about that height. The eyes are open, expansive gaze to the horizon. And then, with the mouth closed, the tongue up to the mouth, just breathe in and breathe out. Soften the shoulders down. Imagine that all the weight of your body is dropping down through the feet into the earth below. And then just breathe. Standing meditation can be challenging, and you might notice as you begin to hold the posture that there's all kinds of urges to move or agitation in the body that arises. And if that happens, you might see if you can try to imagine softening under those urges. But if you decide you want to adjust the body or move, you can try that out too. Just notice what happens. Does the urge go away? Does it pop up somewhere else? Breathing in and letting the abdomen expand. Breathe out, let the abdomen release, just holding it. So the angle here, it might look as if my hands are higher than my shoulders, but the top of the wrists is not quite as high as the top of my shoulders. Just breathing in and breathing out. And if you wind up with your hands up high, that works too. Hands are down low, that works too. In some parts, it's just seeing what it's like to hold stillness, however the posture is. And so when you've had enough, you can release this out. Especially early on, it can be good to just try to stand for a minute or 2 minutes at a time. Don't try to do too much all at once. Eventually, if it feels like the practice is good for you, you might try to stand for 5 minutes. And then maybe 10, 12. And you're working your way up to 20 minutes. You can go longer too, but just finding the kind of practice that works for you if you decide to take on this Zhàn zhuāng, or standing meditation, or standing like a post. And when you're good and ready, you can release the arms down. And one way to go out of this is to place the hands behind your back. Back's of the hand of one of the hands resting against the sacrum. Laogong point, the center of each palm lined up one over the other. And then just kind of rock forward and back a few times, keeping the feet flat, but shifting the weight from the front of the feet to the back of the feet. And then rocking side to side, from the left side of each foot to the right, back and forth. Just a way, especially if you've been standing for a while, to kind of ease out of the relative stillness into motion. And then you can begin to spiral around the feet. Doesn't matter which way you go at first. And then spiral the other way. And then you can release. And then look around, pretend nothing happened, and go about your day. Hey, thanks everybody.